But guys, I need to eat some food, okay, champ? So how about we watch a normal video, a chiller, while I eat a bit of food, and then we'll just go, and then we'll go next. How about that? What is that?
In today's day and age, many Twitch streamers have larger-than-life personalities, and most are more than willing to go over the top when it comes to keeping their viewers invested. xQc is no different.
What's the other guy? Yes. What is this? Yes. What is this?
One of the platform's most continually watched superstars, xQc, began his professional career as an Overwatch player before a couple suspensions would see him altering his career path slightly and going full-time on Twitch. Now he streams upwards of 9 hours a day and his fans just can't get enough. So then why did xQc decide to return back home to Canada after a brief stint in LA? And how did he even begin to get his start as a streamer to begin with? Leave your own thoughts to those questions down below and find out the answers on our newest episode of Before They Were Famous.
Jesus.
xQc was born Felix Langell on November 12, 1995 in the city of Laval, located in southwest.
Oh, damn, dude. Damn, dude. Listen, guy, this is kind of an insult, this spot, because Montreal is kind of like the city, right? And everybody always says that Laval is like trash a bit of Montreal because there's nothing going on. It's like kind of boring, right? And the reality of it is it's true. Nothing goes on Laval, and it's like the most exciting spot in Laval. Literally, there's like nothing. There's like 4 shops and like 3 restaurants, and it's like the most crazy spot out there. That's literally it.
In Quebec, Canada. From the earliest stages of his youth, Felix enjoyed playing video games and generally just fooling around with his older brother Nick.
First day of school, boys.
He'd also enjoy performing tricks on a skateboard or motorbike, all of which he'd often record with his digital camera.
Damn. This guy actually tilting IRL, dude.
Despite enjoying your typical teenage activities like video games, sports, and of course Pokemon, Felix was also a self-admitted troublemaker. Throughout most of his school days, he'd often get into trouble in class using English that he'd pick up while gaming. Being raised in Quebec, Felix's first language was naturally French, but while playing games like Zelda and Halo, the French-Canadian would pick up a whole new language in order to understand and follow those series storylines. Then, whenever he'd hop online to engage in multiplayer, he'd get bullied by other English-speaking players as well. Felix would take the colorful language that he learned from these folks and use it in the schoolyard. So when he started cussing in the middle of Capture the Flag during gym class, you can imagine how unimpressed his teachers were.
True, actually. Then there's actually some good lore. I mean,
what the heck? And while it would take some time, eventually would get to the point where years into his career as a superstar gamer, xQc would even begin to think in English.
Does it?
Now that is getting a little bit ahead of ourselves. After completing high school, Felix would go on to study humanities and administration at a post-secondary institution in Quebec. But after 3.5 years, he'd drop out. Soon after, he'd create his own Twitch account and kick off a brand new career for himself. In the earliest stages of his Twitch career, Felix would mainly stream the video game series League of Legends in his native French language. At the time, he came up with the handle, creating the acronym xQc by pulling out the X, Q, and C from the phrase Felix Quebec. When a new game called Overwatch launched in May of 2016, xQc's ascent to the top of the Twitch ranks would coincide with the rise in popularity with this blockbuster new series. After quickly establishing himself as a force to be reckoned with in the gaming industry, professional leagues would come recruiting, and in October of 2016, Felix teamed up with Denial Esports as an official member of their Overwatch team. Unfortunately, it would disband only about 6 months later. Felix and a number of his teammates would then establish a new group called Arc6, but they too would disband before the end of the year due to formation of the official Overwatch League by the game's developer Blizzard. Soon after, Felix would team with Dallas Fuel as one of the 20 teams competing for this new league's championship.
Every single time I watch this guy, seriously,
his story's crazy.
But Felix's time with this roster would prove to be short-lived. He wound up being suspended twice by league officials for using disparaging comments against others, including racist and homophobic slurs.
Whoa. What?
I didn't react like I should have.
Whoa.
I
Chill.
didn't react like
like someone who represents like a company or whatever, right? Yeah.
I see
Okay. Try hard is not a slur. It's okay. Let's just get that right.
more opportunity for our company than I've ever seen in the 30 years that I've been doing this.
After these two suspensions, Felix and Dallas Fuel would mutually agree to part ways in March of 2018. Around that same time, Felix began playing for Team Canada at the Overwatch World Cup, and he'd be a member of Team Canada for 3 years, from 2017 to 2019. Felix would concentrate wholly on growing his brand on Twitch, after being hit with that first suspension from the Overwatch League. Less than 2 years later, he'd crossed the 1 million followers mark in January of 2019, and soon, he was averaging around 15,000 concurrent viewers per stream.
Damn.
In addition to Overwatch, Felix would also entertain his followers by playing games like Among Us, Fortnite, and Call of Duty, amongst many others, while also reacting to damn near everything that happens on the internet.
It is not. It is not hard for the sake of being hard. It's hard for the sake of complexity. It's why League is such dog shit. It has no complexity and no depth. It's absolute garbanzo.
His incredible gaming ability, coupled with his willingness to say whatever it is
Among
that's
Us
on
and
his
Fortnite,
mind, would continue to attract millions of viewers to his channel, and before long, his channel would grow to nearly 10 million followers with more than 400 million total views. But that isn't to say that some of his more controversial behavior followed him from his team play over to Twitch. When it comes to streaming on Twitch, xQc has been suspended multiple times throughout the course of his career. First, in February of 2020, he received a 3-day suspension for watching nudity in an adult-themed game. Then, in June of that same year, he received another 24-hour suspension after viewing a video in which 2 gorillas engaged in some rather, well, vigorous intercourse.
Hey!
Yeah, that does say vigorous intercourse. Huh. What a way to describe gorilla sex. Vigorous intercourse. Crazy.
Well, what the fuck? Because they were going like bang, 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 bang. Like
5 months later, he'd receive a 7-day suspension for stream sniping, which is when you're watching another player's stream to get an in-game advantage. Finally, in July of 2021, Felix would see his account suspended once more after the International Olympics Committee issued a copyright strike for him streaming some of their contests on his channel. Thankfully, his account was quickly unbanned after Felix decided to issue a counterclaim, just at the right time too, because 2021 was a massive year for xQc. According to data gathered by Rainmaker.gg, throughout 2021, xQc accumulated over 261 million hours of viewership. And just to put that into context, no other streamer on Twitch was able to surpass 200 million hours. It's a lot of time. But despite his unquestionable success, Felix has also been dealing with the downside of fame when it comes to being a streamer. Like, let's say, getting swatted constantly.
yeah. Hello? I'm coming out, coming out, coming out. Hello?
What is going on?
Yes.
What?
Hands up, hands up. No.
While living in LA, it became a regular occurrence for Felix to find himself interrupted during his 9-hour streaming sessions when people would call the local authorities and give them his home address, telling the police that he was in immediate danger. The police would obviously show up at Felix's place, only to learn it was all a lie. This kept happening to Felix constantly. Rather than put up with it, Felix decided to move back to his home country of Canada. Where exactly? Well, telling people would kind of defeat the purpose, would it not?
Nah. They would say fucked up shit though. Like, nice the way it is, but you can't even repeat what they were saying though. Some of the shit they were saying was so outlandish that just repeating it just sounds like you could. I think you could almost get banned for just saying what they were saying to the police, to be honest.
As for whether or not xQc will ever return to the United States, I mean, who knows for sure. After all, this is before they were famous. So let us know what you thought about Felix's swatting situation down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe while you're at it. My name is Clyde Smith, and I'll see you guys in another video.
Like it's really out there. Like it's like super out there. You know. Okay, chat. The boys.